Okay, the directions read that in the space provided, fix the underlined error. Basically, we have a pronoun that is referencing the subject in each sentence, and we have to make sure that they agree in number. For the first sentence, we have nobody knows that eating chocolate broccoli muffins is a good way to provide their bodies with vitamin C. Well, the subject in this sentence, as we know, is an indefinite pronoun, nobody, which is singular. Therefore, we need to change their bodies to the singular form, which would be, actually in this case, we could say his or her, or his or her. In this case, I chose her, his, and then obviously we would make body singular. Okay, in number 2, we need to find the subject. We see the verb is shocked, and obviously there's going to be a little bit of a debate about, or a choice to make, whether we're going to say the troop or the jugglers. However, we all recognize the prepositional phrase of knife jugglers, so we won't get mixed up, and we'll realize that they're talking about this sentence there is referring to the troop. Again, we need to change that from plural to singular, since troop is one. However, this is not male or female, so we would call it its. That is its without an apostrophe, because this is not a contraction. Number 3, once again, we run into the option, or the question about which do we choose. We have an either or, and if you remember, when there are conjunctions, unless it's and, which would make it plural, we will use the noun or the subject closest to the verb. So give is the verb. There is referring back to the one that's closest to the verb, which is manager. So now manager is singular. The other one is crew, which are both singular, but we're going to refer back to manager. So once again, we have to change theirs. Once again, we have to change there to either his or her, and we will choose his. I like to just stay consistent. We could have chose her the whole time, but to stay consistent is a good idea. Okay, let's try another one here. Both the computer monitor and the refrigerator door have its shiny surface smeared with dog snot from our curious puppy Oreo. Okay, so its is referring back to the subject, and in this case we have two subjects, don't we? We have a conjunction and, so now we know that this is going to have to be plural. And is connecting monitor and door. Refrigerator is an adjective that's describing door. So since we have the conjunction and, that will make this plural. So instead of its, we would say there. You can see that a lot of these rules carry over from when we're trying to find a singular or plural verb or subject to match the verb. Let's try one more. Which member of your track team makes their opponents resemble turtles by trying to compete with a hare? Okay, right away you should see of your track team as a prepositional phrase and get rid of that. So we're talking about member makes, so that's singular, and we have plural. So once again, we could choose our options his, her, or his or her. And to stay consistent, I will say his again. Okay, we're going to end it there, but as you can see that through a lot of these examples, we deal with conjunctions or prepositional phrases that we need to eliminate. If we remember our rules with conjunctions, that if it's and, then the verb as well as the pronoun needs to be plural, and if it's but or, we need to choose the subject closest to the verb to make it agree with the pronoun that we're using after that.